This is Urban Knife Guy, where we discuss knives for city dwellers. In this video, we're going to have a look at the Kershaw Oso Sweet model 1830, and we're going to see if it makes for a good urban EDC knife. Kershaw is a well-known US-based company with over 45 years of experience, and they're well known for making quality knives at very reasonable prices. In 1998, they introduced a technology called the Kershaw SpeedSafe assisted opening mechanism, which changed the industry landscape forever. So this particular system allows you to easily open a knife with one hand. And this particular knife over here features that SpeedSafe technology or mechanism. So let's check it out. Let's first open this box over here. Very simple cardboard box with the knife inside. And this is the Oso Sweet, named after Miss Oso Sweet, who was a candy maker and required a knife to cut chocolate. No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. Oso Sweet obviously is a play on the words also sweet, because this is a very sweet looking knife. Very stylish, very aesthetically pleasing, and if you're looking for a knife which is quite elegant and doesn't look like a manly workhorse of a knife, I think this actually is very nice and will fit the bill to me as what we'll call a gentleman's carry. It's got this very unique scale design which is textured, but we'll talk about that in just a bit. This is a flipper knife, so you just flip it up and the SpeedSafe assisted opening kicks in. So that's got a really nice kick and a feel to it. So the flipper does require a bit more strength because there is tension due to the spring, but once you get past that, it just flicks open just so nicely, and that sound is just so nice, right? It's just like the sort of sound a movie when they want to showcase a knife being opened. This is the sound they want. But before we go into the specs, let's compare this knife with some other knives. Over here we have the Spyderco Para 3. This is the CRKT Pillar 3. So roughly about the same sizes. We have the Benchmade Foray. And as usual, an Altoids tin. Let's talk about the specs of the Kershaw Oso Sweet. The blade length is just over 3 inches at 3.1 inches. The handle is 4.1 inches, giving us an overall length of 7.25 inches. The blade thickness is 0.11 inches, which is about 2.8 mm. So the blade itself is made from 8CR13 MOV stainless steel. This is a budget steel out of China. It's equivalent to the Japanese Oso 8. It is a very popular steel now when it comes to budget steel for knives. It is not great, but it is not bad as well. For the price that you're paying and for what it is, it's actually quite good quality. Fairly tough for the price, corrosion resistance. It's not going to hold at edge very well, so you will need to sharpen it, but great thing is it's going to be easy to sharpen. The blade is a drop point style blade, hollow grind with a satin finish, and it is sharp out of the box. There's a sharpening choil over here, and you do have a nice grip and protected by the flipper tab over here. And this is a liner lock in terms of a locking system, which means that you have to press this aside to close the blade like that. And the liner lock itself has some jimping, which is also acts as jimping for finger choil, sort of holding grip. So deploy and you can hold it just like that. So there are stainless steel liners as well, and these are black injection molded glass filled nylon in terms of the scales, and it's got these textured patterns which, you know, some people have said it looks like a kind of a Japanese or Asian motif. It actually reminds me of Spider-Man's textured costume. In any case, this is how it looks like, and if you like it, well, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But it does give, to me, a unique look. At the same time, in terms of ergonomics and grip, it really, I think, just adds a bit more grip right over there. The weight of this knife is 2.9 ounces, so not too heavy, but not lightweight as well. But it's a good weight, I think, and a good size for an urban EDC carry. There is a pocket clip. It is not deep carry, but it is reversible for tip up or tip down carry, but you cannot flip it over to the other side. You can remove the scales if you want and open up the knife because it's held together by these Torx screws, so you can open that up. In terms of ergonomics, as I mentioned, I think it's pretty good. In terms of a grip, okay, I have small to medium hands, so my last finger just barely goes around the back. So I would assume that if you have large hands, it's going to be kind of a 3-finger grip knife, and this would come around. The butt of the knife would go against your little finger. But I think it's pretty good. Definitely for general urban EDC tasks, this would really work, right? It would serve all purposes. And in terms of the grip, not much of a hot spot with the pocket clip in this position, but because of the way it's kind of curved and contoured, your index finger actually fits over quite nicely. So no hot spots, it feels good, and I do feel that I do have a solid grip on this knife, and my thumb can go up if I need to do more finer work or press down. So I think that's actually pretty good overall in that sense. There is a lanyard hole as well if you like to put that in. And let's talk about the price. I think, like with all Kershaw products, this is where it shines. Now, the MSRP, I believe, is just under $50 at $49.90, but I've seen it on sale as low as about $24. And at $24 USD, that's a really good price for the design you're getting, the overall fit and finish of this knife, the action. I mean, this is a budget steal, but it is what it is. Overall, it would be a bargain if you can get this at a sale price. I think the only thing I did notice earlier on was the centering. So it's not perfectly centered, it's off by a bit, but sometimes that's the way it is with this spring assisted knife. It's hard to get that perfectly centered, and even if you try to play around and tweak with it, you might not get that perfectly centered, but it doesn't affect the deployment or the action of the knife in any way, so not too worried about that. But I think in terms of a price and what you're paying for, this is actually quite a good knife. Let's talk about how you're going to carry this. So this is quite a small knife, and its profile, it's alright. I think for the size, it is slightly thicker. There are thinner knives. Weight wise, 2.9 ounces. It's alright. That's a little bit of a heft. I personally like a bit of heft in my knives, but this can definitely go into your pocket. It's not going to bother you too much. You can use the clip if you want. If you're using an EDC Organizer like I do for everyday carry, I don't think this will fit in. Let's just give that a shot and let's find out. No, it's barely going to fit in because this is more for smaller knives like your Swiss Army knife, your Victorinox Cadet, for example. So that won't fit. I do have another EDC over here. This is the Arc Rambler. So this is kind of a canvas sort of carrier, and there are two pockets, and this definitely will fit in. This back pocket was designed for knives, so that can fit in. I guess we could do it this way, maybe. Okay, so that pocket clip is quite tight, so you would have to loosen that up just a bit. Okay, we'll just put that in like that for now, and we should be able to put in a flashlight. This is the Olight i5T EOS. Let's see if we can even put that in. I think what's in the way right now is this pocket clip, which is, yeah, let's see if we can just spring that open a bit. I think we can, and let's put this in. Yeah, that fits in. Okay, so that's kind of a right angle like that. It's not completely flat because of the knife, but there's still space for a pen, so you could put this Zebra mini extendable pen or telescopic pen, put that in, and yeah, that should fit. And that's one package that can easily go into your pocket, onto your man bag, or kind of a sling pouch, and you could still access the knife. So different ways that you could carry this particular knife. So the golden question is, does the Oso Sweet make for a good urban EDC knife? I think if you like this particular look of the knife, kind of an elegant gentleman's carry, quite sleek, I can see this, bringing this out on a normal day, casual wear, smart casual, formal wear, definitely I think that fits quite well. You could say maybe there's a bit of a sporty look with these textured scales. So yeah, you could definitely bring this around. I personally think in terms of the size, in terms of the weight and the look, I think it's a great urban EDC knife. I guess the only considerations, of course, would be the laws in your particular state, city, or country, and whether you could carry a knife like this. Now, the blade is over 3 inches, it's just 3.1 inches, and this spring-assisted opening. Now, this is not considered a switchblade, so it technically is legal, right? If you're allowed to have a folding knife with a locking mechanism. But you know, some people, law enforcement, may not be as educated. They might look at a knife like that, and if they deploy it, they might get the impression, just because of the tension of the spring and how it works, they might think it's a switchblade, and that might create some problems. So barring those kinds of restrictions or challenges, if you can carry the knife around, and like in my country, I could carry this with no issues, with proper reason, of course, depending what your intent is. But let's just talk about the knife itself. Having a knife more than 3 inches and with this kind of a liner lock and a spring assisted opening shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I could see this, you know, being a good EDC knife. But let me know what you think. Do you think that this makes for good urban EDC? Let me know in the comments below. If you've got any questions, or if you've got information to add to this knife, please leave a comment as well. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and as always, keep it folded, keep it safe.